Hi BookTube, it's Missy, and today I wanted to continue with my bookshelf tour. It's been about a week, I want to say, from the last time I did it. I have been trying to find time to do this, and I haven't. So I have a little bit of time right now that I think I could be able to get a couple boxes in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep my phone on my my tripod and see if that's a little bit easier without the shaking, and we'll see how that goes. The first thing I'm going to do is this box here and maybe this one down here, depending on how much time I have. This box is dedicated towards paranormal without any kind of like ghostly or like vampires or anything. Like, there's no huge box that I could check for paranormal. It's just paranormal, and also it has ghosts on it. This one will just be ghosts. So this one is both just paranormal, or like a broad range of paranormal, and specifically ghost books. Hopefully that made sense. Let's get started. Okay, here is just an overview of the cubby. Let me take the first part out so I can show you the back side. Okay, as you can see, there's the first row. I will pull this one out. The first one I have here is Slide by Jill Hathaway. This is a, she can like see in into killers' eyes. But I don't know if it's a dream book. I think it's strictly she can just see, like almost as if she's a like a medium maybe. And this is the sequel, Imposter. Then we have Lucid by Adrienne Stoltz, I think, and Ron Bass. And this is a dream book, when like a lucid kind of dream. You know, people can do things even though they know they're dreaming. Next we have Unspoken by Sarah Reese Brennan. Hopefully the glare's not too bad. This is the first book in the Lynn Byrne legacy, and I don't know what kind of paranormal this is. I should have like double checked. Right. The next book is the sequel, Untold, and the third one is not Unspoken, Untold, Unmade, but I don't have that one yet. Alright, let me push that one back in. The next book I have here is an ARC that I got in June of last year. Gosh, I'm awful. It's called Fiendish by Brenna Jovanoff. I really like her writing, and I was super excited to win this from Goodreads. And I did start it, but it ended up not being as like captivating as I was hoping. And at that point in time, I was reading other books, so I kept like pushing it aside. But this is kind of like a voodoo book with like witches and stuff, but it's not strictly witches. So I'm kind of confused on what kind of paranormal it is. But the first like couple pages seemed kind of voodoo-ish. The next book I have is Deadly Little Secrets by Lori Ferrara Stoltz. This is the first book in her Touch series, I believe. And I'm not sure what kind of paranormal this is, but it is paranormal in nature. Alright, I got this whole set from my local bookstore. Not local bookstore, but my local library bookstore for $1 for every single one. I was excited. This is the sequel, Deadly Little Lies. Then we have Deadly Little Games. Get in there. And then Deadly Little Voices. And lastly, Deadly Little Lessons. Next we have Glimmer by Phoebe Catanidis. Sorry, terrible pronunciation. I'm not sure what this is, what kind of paranormal, but it is. And then I have Strange Sweet Song by Adi Rule, again a paranormal. And lastly on this section is Charm and Strange by Stephanie Cohen. Some kind of paranormal. Now I'm going to show you what's on the top. I have Shadow People by James Swan. This is actually the sequel, which makes me kind of annoyed, which means I have to buy the first one. Oops. Which I don't have. Next, I have The Taker by Alma Katsu. And this is a adult paranormal book. Then I have the Book of Blood and Shadow by Robin Weiserman. Another paranormal. I think this is YA though. And then I also have Dream Rider by Barry Johnsberg. And this is another like dream paranormal book. I also have JoJo and the Fiendish Lot by Andrew Ossian. I think that's how you say it. I'm not sure what kind of paranormal this is, but I bought it because I liked the cover and it sounded interesting. To the first part of the front of the shelves. Gosh, one day I'll make sense. The first book I have is Silence by Michelle Sagara. This is a ghost book. All the rest of these will be ghost books. I also have the sequel, Touch. Then I have Hereafter by Tara Hudson. Then I have Arise by Tara Hudson. And lastly, Eulogy by Tara Hudson. The next series is by Ari Burke, and that is Death Watch, the Undertaken trilogy. That's the first book, and it's a ghost book. Then we have Missile Child. There is a shadow. Oh, that's better. Just move the light closer, duh. And lastly we have is The Lich Way. Alright, the very last series or trilogy I have on this section here is, oops, let's go up, The Hollow by Jessica Verde. The sequel is The Haunted. I love the little pictures that are on here. And then lastly I have The Hidden, all by Jessica Verde. Some kind of ghost book. I bought the first one because I loved the cover. And of course had to get the other ones. Alright, the next thing, which is up here, is A Darkness Becomes Her by Kelly Keaton. This is a paranormal mythology retelling kind of book. And then we have A Beautiful Evil. I wish I had all of them that matched that cover. And The Wicked Game. That is the third in the trilogy. Next I have Guardian of the Dead by Karen Healy. This is another paranormal mythology book. And then I have the first two books in the Bad Girls Don't Die trilogy. The first one being Bad Girls Don't Die by Katie Allender. And the sequel, From Bad to Cursed. I still need to buy the third one. Alright. Then I have the middle grade that I purchased a couple weeks ago, which is The Night Gardener by Jonathan Auxier. I think that's how you say it. And the very last book that just sits right here is the box set by Cale Carriger, and that is Soulless, Changeless, Blameless, Heartless, and Timeless. Ta-da! The whole box set. The Parasol Protectorate, that's what it's called. Alright, and that was my shelf. And then here's all my little knickknacks. We have Nightmare Before Christmas, like, I don't know. I think that's Nightmare Before Christmas. And then I have Pinkie Pie. My kids got it in their, what's it called? McDonald's Happy Meal. They ended up giving them a girl's toy instead of a boy's toy. Then I have Jack Skellington, because I love him, and the Ghostbusters car, all having to do, well, without Pinkie Pie, with ghosts. And that's it. I hope you had a good time watching part 6, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye!